Hey everyone, Andang here for a brand new series. Today we're going to be building cities in Cities Skylines. And as you can see here, there's a bunch of wonderful shots of the city that I've actually started. So if we come on out of that, you can see that I made this tiny little city that we've got going here. And we've got houses over here. And then we've got some commercial area, and then the industry as far away from the homes as possible because it has pollution and all sorts of stuff that we don't want. And in the middle, tying it all together, is this wonderful little bridge that we got here. And I'm really proud of this as just a starting thing. It ended up being harder than I thought it would be because you actually don't have these 6-lane roads at the start of the game. And so what I had to do was place a raised road here and then upgrade it to this other road after I placed the first few pieces. So pretty cool. And hey, our city keeps growing somehow, and so we can now buy more land, got all sorts of stuff that we'll talk about later, but the main thing is we get police and fire now as well, and everybody's super excited about it. They're tweeting about it all over the place. So anyway, the reason I went for this is for pretty obvious reasons. I feel like it allows a main throughput through my city, and it also allows the highway to continue on later on when we're wanting to do that, which is a big concern I've had because I've played Cities Skylines for quite a long time, and the biggest issue I have is when it's finally time to upgrade, when you finally get access to highways, which is another thing we don't have access to. You have to like undo half your city just to put the highways in. And I was like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to build a city from the ground up with the goal of not having to destroy stuff besides, the existing roads here. And so be able to just continue the highway along, instead of having to demolish like all the homes and everything that would be right here. Not to mention there wouldn't even be this second side of the road, because most people, when you start out the game, myself included, when I started the game, usually would just have a road go off here, like a main road, and connect it up to the highway, just like with a little horizontal road, and call it good. But in this case, I got 2 roads coming off and a big horizontal road, so we're already way ahead for future development moving forward, and I'm super excited to see that happen. So, moving on from what we've done to what's going on right now. As you can see, a lot of people without power right now, which is not good. Also, they're like, hey, I got trash, and my neighbor in this duplex has trash. Where are we gonna put it? And right now, their only real solution is just to throw it in the river, which with water pollution, some people are. So anyway, we got a nice little river down here. But the big issue is we don't have enough power, and that's mainly because we only have 2 windmills powering this entire city, which isn't enough. So, as you can see here, we need more power. So let's go ahead and build a little bit more power here. Get a couple more windmills in there. We might even go for, let's go for a 3rd one. That way we get really far into the green there. There we go. And now a whole bunch of people are without water, and I'm guessing it's because the power caused fluctuations, and that caused the water to no longer be pumping it up. But now they're like, okay, we're good. Water solved. Okay. So we've gotten those first few steps done. It's wanting us to make policies and do all that. We'll do that later. Right now, what we really need is healthcare, because that's a whole city upgrade to go. And so we need to go ahead and get some healthcare going. So you only have to put healthcare facilities like hospitals and whatnot in residential areas, so we're going to do that now. The question is, obviously we're going to expand down this way, but eventually we could buy more land and move up that way. But for now, let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So I guess I should mention, this really is one of my favorite city builders. I've been wanting to make a series for a really long time, but just whenever I wanted to start a new series, I wouldn't be in the mood to play Cities Skylines. Or vice versa. Whenever I wanted to play Cities Skylines, I wouldn't be in the mood to start a new series. And so for like 2 or 3 years, however long this game's been out, I've been wanting to make a series and haven't. If you look back on my channel, there's like some early videos about like dam making I have vague recollections of, and like some other things. But nothing like this. So now you can see all the ambulances are going around solving the problems that have been going on for a long time. And hopefully collecting trash along their way, because that's a health hazard. Just watch Hoarders and you'll know what I mean. So anyway, I thought that was funny. I don't really care if you guys did. We're just gonna move on. Let's go ahead and increase our budget here for our water. That's one thing you want to do at the start of the game, like the very, very, very start of the game, is reduce your budget on water, because you'll have way more water than you'll need if you're pumping it like this. If you do like water towers, it doesn't really matter, but anyway, yeah, really like the look of this. How when you're driving into the industrial behemoth, you at least get to see the nice windmills off in the distance. It's like, they're polluting, but look. They're dissipating the pollution with the windmills. Yes, I know that the blades aren't actually spinning because they're turning. It's because, you know, the wind's making them spin. But it totally, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Let's keep moving. We need to get trash collected, so let's go ahead and do just that with a school. No. Okay. So we can now decide what we want to do for our trash. I feel like a recycling center is definitely the way to go, because landfills you just have to constantly empty. The problem with recycling centers is they're freaking expensive. But we're going to try doing it. We're going to put it close to the main road here, but just off so that the traffic won't actually, when it has to like turn in, won't slow things down here. And there we go. Now we got our trash in place, and you can see we can't even afford another one. That's how expensive those are. We can't afford fire or anything. So, to allow us to afford things, man, a lot of people need trash cleanup. Go, garbage trucks. Save the world. Alright, there we go. We can follow our lovely fire truck here. Alright, they're going through, collecting trash way faster than garbage trucks actually do. And just doing a great job in general. So, good job. Good job. Did I say fire trucks? I meant trash trucks. Good job, trash trucks. Doing your job well. Like, man, we're behind. Yeah. Yeah, you are. Alright, so the sun starts to set on our city. And I realized that, you know, I don't got money. Also, we got a weird traffic issue there. So to get money, we're going to move off of the default Herman Cain tax plan of $999. And yeah, we got tons of upgrades now, including like industry roads, all sorts of stuff. Cool, parks, all sorts of things. We're a tiny town now. But we're going to move off Herman Cain's tax plan and move to 12% because we need 12. 13's unlucky. Hotels know it. They won't even build a 13th floor. And 14's just too much. They'll start being like, we don't have enough things for you to be charging us that much. And they're right, because I usually don't. So anyway, we got 12. 12's good. We probably need an elementary school. An elementary school. Let's see here. I think that barely covers everything. So let's go ahead and do just that. There we go. Everybody's happy. School, yay. Alright. I guess it makes the voters happy. So anyway, got lots of cars and vehicles coming in here. All good. And one thing I did want to point out is that we're like surrounded by highways right now, which is great, because that means in whatever direction we expand to, we're going to be able to build off the existing highway system, which is usually not the case with most maps on Cities Skylines. And so that makes me very excited, because it means we can keep doing things like this wonderful bridge and keep having a lot of fun here. Alright, so we got a huge need for industrial. So let's go ahead and expand that. So let's see here. I feel like we need to go that way a little bit more. Like we've gone that way over here a ton. So let's go this way. Just build that on out. And now we got our handy-dandy industrialization going on. And can go ahead and keep that going. Alright, one thing we do need to do is reroute our power. So let's go ahead and do just that. There we go. Always a good idea to wait for the power to catch up with your system before destroying the old power. I would make an unlimited power joke, but I feel like that'd just be inappropriate, so we're not gonna do that. Wow, our income did not go up much when we increased the tax rate. That's probably not good. Let's see, I guess we're doing fine. It just feels like we need a lot of money. We haven't had to take out a loan yet, which is great. Normally I do, but not this time, so that's a big plus there. Crime seems to be the new big issue right now. So let's have a look. Yeah, crime's starting to take off. It's negative though, so that's gotta be positive, right? Alright, so there's a lot of criminals. Oh, we need to expand our water first. Because thirsty criminals are the worst criminals. Alright, so we got a lot of crime here throughout the city. Luckily for law enforcement, they just have to look for the floating little bubble things. Crime rate is high. Yeah, I know. Alright, well, let's remember to build our new service here of the Popo. And, let's put them right there, right smack dab in the middle. There we go. Everybody's happy. Except for the criminals. You guys are screwed. So now we got a bunch of cops going throughout the city cleaning up all the crime. Mr. Stevenson, we need to take you downtown. And there they go. Steven's son is going away. But, yeah. Got our cops cleaning up the town now. Which is good, if you're against crime. Got all sorts of construction vehicles going. Whoa, he is, like, out of control there. Swerving on the road like that? Jeez. Alright. So, one thing you'll notice is that these are two-way roads, which make it seem really weird because you think it's like an on-ramp, but no, it's an on and off-ramp in the same little spot there. Got the nice, quiet little suburbia now being patrolled by the quiet cops, and occasionally the loud cop with blazing through town with his sirens. Sure, the citizenry just loves that. Alright, so now we're in huge demand for residential. So let's go ahead and build some houses so all the people can move in here. And everything can go great. So we're going to cut off that power if we do this. So let's reroute it first. By going up and over. And now we can delete. And take it on out. And one thing we could do is just go like up to the bridge or go under probably, but there's a pillar in the way. What we want to do is just get to there. That's all we want. Because now we can expand and do great things. But first we do need to delete this power system. There we go. Now we can get all our residential, not industrial, moving on in here. So one thing I absolutely don't want is things to be built on this road, because when I expand this highway, everything on this road is going to go away anyway. So you might as well not get people's hopes up. I feel like that's just a false promise. And so let's expand it out 4, not 5. Because 4 is how far people can expand. So here it's just, there's no point. So we might as well just get rid of that. Here we go. Whoa, zoning. Zoning. We'll build a park later, game. Calm yourself. Alright, so at some point I do want to keep expanding and upgrading this road. Remember, you got a firefighter now. Alright, we're in desperate need of a fire. One thing I really like is that you actually eventually have like fire watch people. And you have to watch out for forest fires. Like, every forest is like a firefighter's worst nightmare, it feels like, in this game. Space is already occupado. Oh yeah, that's the recycling center. Alright, what if we put it up here? It almost covers the whole town. But almost isn't good enough. What if we put it over here? Yeah, that covers the whole town. I feel like we want to put it over here, even though the industry is going to be a bigger issue. You know what? We'll place a second fire department later. Right now, we gotta put the fire where the fire is most needed. The firefighters where the fire is most likely. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let's just keep on going. Ways to finish a shoreline. Allow buildings to be built along a waterfront. Okay. Got our W2 6000 there. Bringing in all the water. That's cool. I never noticed that there's like a door there. Interesting. Really puts things into scale for you. Alright. Got all our industry shipping away. Off into the wider world. Alright, so there's a huge issue for workers right now, I believe. Yeah, not enough workers. So, let's get them more workers. Shall we? Go ahead and do our 2, 1, 2. 1 and 2. And then just expand this all out with the nice, lovely people that will come to our city. So I'm trying not to build too much in the highway area, but, you know, sometimes you just got to. No, I take it back. You don't. Stop building house. Stop building house. Stop it. Your financial plans are ruined. Oh, they got the hedges. That means they are gonna move in. Let's see how long this house lasts here. All that scaffolding for that little house. Goodbye. Sorry, house. Okay. Here we go, get that water flowing. Alright. So expanding things. Eventually I do want more storefronts in the city itself. But, I guess this whole thing's a city, but you know what I mean. In the neighborhoods. For now, the little ice cream stands have to be on their own. Alright, let's go ahead and extend this road on out, just so that we keep in mind what's going on here. You know, let's... For now, connections make sense. I know you're so sad. We're moving in more businesses to compete against you. It's a sad time. Alright, there we go. Get a little bit more of the wonderful commercial zones in here. One thing I do want to do, if I can say do enough times, is move this over like so. And have the same thing going on over here as what we had over there. There we go. And we'll get the blue coming in there too. Alright, so my next question is, yeah, I guess we still do need those power lines. But wait, we don't actually need them there. So all we need to figure out how to do is connect this area. It's so weird that the power is not going beyond just there. But eventually what we could have happen, if we had enough power, is have the power lines not needed there, which would be great. So we just don't have enough money, so we're gonna borrow more, or some. We haven't borrowed any, and go ahead and build another windmill up here. Wonderful. All right. Well, now that we got hopefully enough power. Barely. Let's build another one. There we go. Looking a little better there. Alright, now that we got barely enough power, I think that this is a good place to stop. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like down below so we can have more episodes. And yeah, the city's looking good. It's starting to shape up as this small little town with a nice little commercial zone and the heavy pollution of I don't even know, horrible donuts. The pollution of donuts just spreads through this city. At least that's where the donut trucks were. They're probably en route to the cops right now. But anyway, with that horrible joke, let's go ahead and end this series, or at least episode, off. And who knows, maybe that joke killed the series, I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. But till then, thank you all so much, and I'll see you again real soon, hopefully, for another episode of Cities Skylines.